All right, Q&A. I need some advice on when it's appropriate to follow up after submitting an application. I replied right before Christmas, knowing it would take a bit longer than expected to hear back on an interview. How long do you think I should wait before I follow up, or do I need to be more patient? If you want the job, do not be patient. End of story. So if you really want the job, you submitted to apply to a job before the Christmas holidays or before Thanksgiving or before 4th of July, really doesn't matter. Let's be honest, at the end of last year, everybody was fried. I actually was looking at the Token episodes and I was like, holy shit, I look so sad, so fried, so overwhelmed. That's how every hiring manager felt at the end of 2021. So if you want the job, go get the job. Write them an email, send them a DM, text the person if you have their phone, send a written letter if you're so motivated. If you really want the job, do something creative to get noticed. God forbid, pick up the phone. People never pick up the phone anymore. Just pick up the phone and call the person. Now, they may not answer, or they may say, the hiring manager may say, ooh, like we had budget cuts coming back into January. I think that happens a lot. I feel like people go away for a holiday break and then they come back and kind of reevaluate things. But there is no such thing as being patient. Like, yes, you need to not be annoying. Yes, you need to like chill in your insides where you're all like anxious and worked up about getting a job, but you should always err on the side of being proactive and active about getting a job. Second one, I have an employee on my team who is constantly accusing me of withholding a promotion. Ooh, I love this. All right, 3 of his peers have been promoted before him, and that was not an accident. He is great at his job, but the others are better. This has been communicated to him. We're also dealing with a limited number of promotions we can award every 6 months. Frankly, I dread getting on the phone with him because we always circle back to this topic and he becomes frustrated and rude. How can I get him off my back, but also keep him motivated to do good work? What an awesome question. I love this. Okay, so here's my 2 cents on this. One is, let's start with the employee. Let's start with the guy. So one is, if you're working hard and you do great work and you see everyone else getting promoted around you, at some point you're going to get pissed off and you're going to start looking for another job. So on the manager side of the house, I think you've got to be expecting that this person is out looking for another job. Nobody likes to see other people succeed ahead of them, especially when they feel empowered and entitled to the promotions that other people are getting. Second of all, I would, from a manager perspective, what I would say is you really got to set up what you value. Right? Here is what I value in my group. Here is what we value in this team. Here's what this company values. And the people who are going to get promoted are displaying X, Y, and Z really consistently. And here's an example of where you can do a little bit more or approach things differently to get into the bucket of promotions. I also would be really blunt and very clear about, hey, there's a limited number of promotions. Sounds like you're doing this. One of the frustrating things about being a manager is you feel like you say the same thing like every fucking day. And guess what? Like that's just part of being a manager. Like you just have to repeat things constantly, and that's just life. So if you're not wanting to do that, then you should really rethink your manager stuff. The other thing I would say is, it sounds like there's a deeper issue than just this person's work, and that this guy's attitude, the way he approaches things, general demeanor seems to be an issue. And you should really question, do you want this guy on your team? And is this person the right person to be a high-functioning, positive, great member of your group? I think if you want to keep him, you should say, hey, I think that you can get promoted by this date, but you're going to need to do these 3 things, and you're going to need to show this level of maturity or this level of positivity or this level of proactiveness or whatever it may be. And then if you're an employee and you work at a company and everybody's getting promoted around you, what I would ask for is, what do I need to do to be promoted? Let's have not a 15-minute conversation about what I'm doing and what I'm not doing. Let's have a 30 to 45-minute conversation on what specifically are the things I need to be doing to get promoted, to move ahead in my career, to take on more responsibility. And also, don't be afraid of the feedback on what's holding you back. Okay, third one. Over the summer, I was told after several interviews with a company from the person who would be my direct supervisor that I don't have good marketing experience, and this person critiqued my resume. Fast forward to today, she's reached out to me that I have good experience and would fit the team well in another role. Should I even be considering this role or tell them thanks but no thanks? Of course you should be considering that role. Do you want to work for this company? I think that's incredible that you made such an impact that the company followed up, that the hiring manager followed up to see if you could be a fit elsewhere. You can be proud and you can be stubborn and you can be pig-headed and be like, oh, they critiqued me. I didn't like being criticized. I'm never going to work there. Totally. If you hate the company because they criticize your lack of experience, you're going to have way bigger issues in your career, but okay. Or you can go pursue this job and crush it and get more marketing experience and earn experience while you're working at the company. So it's really your call. I think if you have a job now that you're happy in, don't pursue it. Say thank you so much, but no thank you. But I would absolutely not pursue it just because they critiqued you. I had lunch with someone on Friday and she was, because I go to lunch with humans instead of playing Wordle. But anyway, so I had lunch with someone on Friday and we were talking about taking feedback. And I think one of the things is nobody likes feedback. Everybody hates feedback. I hate feedback. Feedback sucks. But when you get feedback, you got to go into the feedback being like, I'm the GOAT. If you think about Tom Brady or, Josh Allen more aptly, womp womp, Patriots season, sad. He's legit. If you're Josh Allen and you're about to go into the championship and the quarterback coach is telling you that like 30% of your throws on Saturday night sucked, you don't feel sad and insecure and vulnerable. You're like, I'm the fucking GOAT. I won the game. I'm a great quarterback. And this person is here to help make me better. So be the GOAT. This woman had a great phrase of be the GOAT, right? When you get feedback, don't go into it all mopey and insecure and fragile. Go into it on like, I'm really good at what I do. This person's giving me feedback to help make me better, and take the feedback like a champion. I think that's in general a great way to have a long, successful, and frankly fulfilling career, because you're going to get feedback, you're going to listen to it, you're going to accept most of it, you're going to reject some of it. It's going to either piss you off or fuel you or ultimately make you better, and that's going to help you progress and proceed. Okay, last one. I love my job, but it doesn't offer health insurance. What do I do? One, I would ask your company when they're going to offer health insurance. Is there ever a plan to have health insurance? Maybe you work for a startup. Maybe you work for a company that's really small. Maybe you work for more of a family operation. I would just be blunt and ask the question, hey, are you guys ever going to have health insurance? Health insurance is very common. It's not like you're asking for like ice cream sundaes on Friday. Like health insurance is fairly basic. The second thing, if they're like, hey, we're never going to offer health insurance, then maybe you ask for a raise to help cover your health insurance costs. And I think that's a very reasonable thing to do.